Welcome. Look, we've all been there, right? That little knot of anxiety in your stomach when you're trying to communicate in a new country. Well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to turn that uncertainty into pure confidence. We're building a toolkit of simple, super powerful phrases to help you handle pretty much any travel situation.
You know that feeling? You're in this amazing new city. You need to ask something, but the words, they just get stuck. It happens to everyone. It's totally universal. But guess what? It doesn't have to hold you back. So let's build your toolkit and get you ready to handle these moments like a pro.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to nail down the everyday basics. Then we'll tackle the controlled chaos of airports and train stations. After that, we'll get into how to handle things when they don't go quite as planned. And finally, we'll pull it all together into your very own confident travel toolkit. Ready? Let's go.
All right, first up, mastering the basics. Seriously, these are the day-to-day interactions that are the foundation of your entire trip. If you get these right, it builds a massive amount of confidence you can use for everything else.
Okay, so picture this. You're wandering around a new city, you've got the map out, but you are just completely turned around. You spot someone who looks friendly. What do you say? How do you even start that conversation to get help?
This is your magic phrase. It's perfect because it's polite, it's direct, and it tells them exactly what you need. Excuse me is like the universal key to unlock any conversation, and I'm looking for just get straight to the point. Absolutely no confusion.
Let's break this whole thing down into 4 super simple steps. 1. Always start politely. 2. State exactly what you're looking for. 3. Listen for those key direction words, straight, left, right. And 4, and this is crucial, always end with a simple thank you. It just makes all the difference.
Okay, next up, you found the museum, you had a great time, and now you're at the train station ready for the next leg of your journey. That ticket line can look a little intimidating, I know, but it really just comes down to knowing 2 key terms.
The big choice is basically this. Are you just going there? That's a one-way ticket. Or are you planning on coming back from that same place? In that case, you need a round trip. Just knowing which one you need before you get to the counter is like half the battle.
And here's exactly how you put it all together. The structure couldn't be simpler. I'd like a ticket to your destination, please. And then you just add one way or round trip. It's so clean, it's efficient, and it gives the ticket agent everything they need to know in one single sentence. Boom, done.
Okay, so we're moving on. Let's level up. We're graduating from the streets to the big travel hubs, airports and busy stations. They have their own language, their own rules, but don't worry, they're just as easy to master once you know the key phrases.
So you've made it to the airport. You're standing right there at the check-in counter, passport in hand. There's one question you are pretty much guaranteed to hear every single time.
This is it. All they're asking is if you have a suitcase that needs to go in the cargo hold under the plane. Your answer is super simple. Yes, just this one, or no, I only have a carry-on. Just being ready for this one question makes the whole process so much smoother.
So to make check-in an absolute breeze, here's your game plan. Have your documents out before you even walk up to the counter. Know if your bag might be overweight. And then just listen for those magic words. Boarding pass, your gate number, and your boarding time. And you know what? Always look at your boarding pass and double-check them.
All right, you're through security. You're walking to your gate, and you look up at the big departure board, and you see a blank space right next to your flight. That sinking feeling starts to set in. Is it delayed? Canceled? How do you actually find out what's going on? Instead of panicking, just walk up to an information desk or a gate agent and use this exact phrase. It's polite, it gives them all the info they need, your flight number, your destination, and asks a very direct question. This is absolutely the fastest way to get clarity and stop worrying.
Now we're at the part of the journey where you become a real travel pro. Because, let's be honest, sometimes things go wrong. It's just inevitable. But knowing how to communicate through the problem, that's what turns a major travel disaster into just a minor hiccup.
Ah, the classic travel nightmare. You're standing there at the baggage carousel, it grinds to a halt, and your bag is nowhere in sight. Your heart just drops. But wait, take a deep breath. There is a clear, simple process for this.
This little process turns that panic into a plan. Just follow these 4 steps. First, you walk up to the baggage office and clearly state the problem. Second, you hand them your baggage claim ticket, that little sticker they put on your passport. Third, you describe your bag. And finally, you give them your contact info and the address where you're staying. That's it. You've just handled a huge travel issue like it was nothing. Okay, time for a more advanced skill, a little friendly negotiation. You get in a taxi, you ask how much it'll be to get to your hotel, and the driver gives you a number that sounds, well, let's just say a little high.
The driver says $30, but you did a little research and you're pretty sure it should be closer to 20. You don't have to just accept it. This is your moment to politely, bargain a little.
This phrase is the key that unlocks the whole thing. The secret here is the tone. You're not being demanding, you're just asking. That seems expensive, shows them you have an idea of the real price, and can you do it for opens up a friendly negotiation, not a fight.
And you know what? A lot of the time, you'll meet somewhere in the middle. The driver might come back with 25 and bam, you've just saved yourself $5 with one simple, polite question. That, my friends, is a successful negotiation.
Wow, we have covered a lot of ground, from finding your way around town to literally finding your luggage. So now, let's pull everything together into your ultimate toolkit. These are the power phrases you can pack in your pocket for any trip.
Think of this as your cheat sheet for travel success. Each one of these is a key that unlocks a specific situation. You've got one for directions, for buying tickets, for flight troubles, even for negotiating. If you can master these few phrases, you are ready for the vast majority of things you're going to encounter out there. At the end of the day, remember this. Confident travel communication isn't about being fluent in another language. It's about being effective. It's about having the right tool for the right job. And now you have that toolkit. So the only question left is, where in the world will all this new confidence take you next?